What's going on YouTube? Another exciting video coming your way. Today we're going to be making our first t-shirt, and I don't profess to be an expert, as I've said in numerous videos before this one, but we're going to be learning along the road, and whatever mistakes I make, you make. You get to watch, you get to learn, and for those of you who are more advanced than I am, please don't hesitate to put it in the comment section and let me know what I could have done better. So today we're going to be doing a design concept. We're going to be going from design concept to production. So we're going to start from the design process on the computer. We're going to show you the steps that I took to make that design, and we're going to take that over to the cutting machine and have it cut it, and then we're going to bleed it, and then we're going to place it on the t-shirt. So I hope it all turns out well. Again, these are not necessarily failures or mistakes. I like to look at them as what I call growth markers. So along the road, in order for you to succeed, you need to fail a couple of times. And again, failure is not the other side of success. It's actually part of success. So here's what we're going to be doing from here on out. We're going to be failing. We're going to be failing together, and with the hopes that we get better and learn from our errors and learn from our mistakes. So without further ado, let's head on down to the computer and let's start this process. Cue that intro. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is to head on over to Canva, and that's canva.com. Canva is an online portal, online website that allows you to design whatever you want, whether it's for t-shirts or mugs or greeting cards or even short clips like intro and outros for your YouTube videos. But anyway, let's go into the search content, and under templates, type in t-shirts, click on t-shirts, and you have a list here of unlimited amount of templates for your t-shirt designs. And what we want to do is, if you look at here, some of these they have a little icon here that says Pro, and it's as it says here, it's for Canva Pro subscribers. You can actually get some of the templates that are listed down here without that icon, like this one, Simplicity, and that's free. If you're not a subscribing member and you don't want to pay for a monthly subscription to Canva, you can click on that one and use that design after it's downloaded. But anyway, I am a subscribing member, so I can click on any one of these designs, and then I want to head on over to customize this template. And so it brings a list down here of all the templates that I can use. Let's go ahead and use this one. It's pretty funny. It says a yawn is a silent scream for coffee. Okay, and I usually try to customize. Let's see if we can customize this design. I want everything to be white because I'm not a big fan of the cream color. And let's make that white as well. And let's make this white as well. Okay, now I want to highlight the whole thing, and I want to make the whole thing larger on my surface. And of course you can always change this background to whatever you want. Since I'm probably going to be printing this on a black t-shirt, let's change that to black and see what that looks like. That's fine. Again, let's increase that size of the whole image. Okay, that's about good. And then I want to get it centered on that page. Boom, right there. Okay, so a yawn is a silent scream for coffee. That's good enough. So what we want to do is, once we've figured out that this is what we want to go to under the top right hand corner where it says share, click on share, and then click on download, right? And here we have your PNG, which is suggested. There's all kinds of other formats. There's JPG, a PNG, which is suggested, PDF standard, PDF print, SVG, which is best for web design and animations, and MP4 video and a GIF. But for now, we're going to pick this suggested PNG, and we're going to leave that size as 1556 by 2000 pixels. You want to click on the transparent background, and of course you have to be a subscribing member to be able to get access to this transparent background feature. After I'm fine and I've picked all I need, I hit the download button and it starts to download, and it shows what it'll look like on the t-shirt as a preview. Alright, and now I have my downloaded copy. Let's go to my downloads. And here it is. This gray background just tells me that it's transparent. This is the PNG format, so looks good. I want to head on over to make that an SVG, but let's see if we can save it as an SVG from here. So if you go to share, download, transparent background, but instead of a PNG, let's make that an SVG with the transparent background and hit download. Let's see what it does there. And then we want to head on over to our Cricut design space. We want to upload image, browse, and here is the SVG file. Click on it and hit open. I want to cut this image, so that's fine. Replace it, hit upload, and it's going to give you the image is uploaded successful right here on the left hand side. You want to click on that and hit add to canvas. So the good thing about an SVG file is that it gives you a list of all the layers, so you can actually make edits and make changes, it looks like, based on what this is. Because if it was a regular PNG file or anything you get online, you can always convert it eventually, but I like the fact that it gives you a breakdown of all your layers. So what I'm going to do here is this is the width, at a width of 6.561 by 12. I'm going to lock that in place. That way when I increase the height, the width increases proportionately. So I'm going to increase that height and reduce it to about 11.5 instead of 12. And hit enter. And so I have now a height of 11.5 and a width of 6.29. And this is what I want to print on my shirt. So if I'm fine with the way that looks, okay, and now I'm going to hit make it. So what we want to do is, I don't like the way it looks on the mat, so I want to go ahead. I don't like the way that looks on the mat, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this works. If I highlight everything, it's already as a group. Attach. Once I click on the attach button, now I'm going to see if that'll work. Make it on the top right hand corner, and boom, there we have it. A yawn is a silent scream for coffee. So what I'm going to do is, once you have it on the mat, and this is what it's going to look like. Actually, I'm going to cancel that and make that a little larger than 11. So I'm going to go with 11.5. Okay, and we have that. I'm going to hit make it. And because I've attached all of it together, it now shows exactly how I want to see it on my mat, which is a 12 by 12 mat right here. Then I'm going to click on mirror, because when you put that on the shirt, you're going to have to put a mirrored image that's going to show right side up once it's heat pressed onto the shirt. Once I hit that, I'm going to hit on the bottom right hand here, continue, and my Explorer 3 is connecting via Bluetooth. To continue, please connect your Explorer 3. And now it's connected. I have here materials, you want to click on everyday iron on if you're using a regular vinyl. And for me, you can go with the default pressure, but I like to go with more. Alright, so I got my 12 by 12 mat right here, HDV round, strong grip. I'm going to take the plastic covering off, and this is the surface. As you can, it's a little tacky surface for which you will put down your vinyl. Since we're printing on white vinyl today, our design is not as complex. We're only using one color on a black or navy blue or dark surface, dark t-shirt. In this case today I'm going to be using a navy blue t-shirt. But anyway, I got my vinyl roll. This is HTV Ront brand, I believe, and it's just a regular white vinyl, and it's iron-on vinyl, HTV or heat transfer vinyl. So I'm just going to take enough to use for my 11.5 print. I think it's 11.5 by 6. But anyway, I'm just going to do an estimation, and it goes, as you can see, there are two surfaces on here. There's a shiny surface and more of a matted surface. So your transfer is on the shiny surface. So you want that shiny surface down. And what you're going to be cutting is the matted surface. Once you cut that out and you read it out, then what you have left is your transfer sheet with what you need mirrored, or with a mirror image of exactly the design that we printed or that we get from the Cricut design space. So this is our roll. I'm going to cut out, you know, about, let's say, the length of the mat. So just cut that off. Alright, so this is the right amount. And like I said before, shiny side down, so we want to make sure this is flat on that surface. And we're going to get it down. You gotta have a little bit of a steady hand for this. In which case I don't, but we'll try. Alright, so that should work. And then what you want to do is you want to use your squeegee tool. It's kind of like what you do when you're tinting a window of a vehicle or any other window. You want to get out those air bubbles. So just a simple squeegee tool like that. You don't have to spend too much money on that. You got that nice on there. Shiny side is down on the surface, on the tacky surface. Dull side up. Alright, now we're going to head over to our Cricut Explorer 3 and make the cut based on our design. Okay, and this is our area, our print area. So in my previous video I actually had this a bookshelf over on that side where the electronic table is, but I kind of moved it over here because I think it works better because I have all my printers and the Cricut on the top shelf where I could reach. I got my SG500 sublimation printer, and I got my brother, my regular black and white printer that I use for my documents. So here we got the Cricut Explorer 3. My power is on. We got it blinking. That means it's ready to receive your vinyl for your cut. So what you want to do is you want to line that up. Okay, it's got to go in there and in there, right? And once that's lined up, you see that blinking button? That's the feed. You want to hit that button just once. And now what it's going to do is it's going to measure the size of your mat. And you somewhat want a gap in between so it doesn't hit the wall. So you want some gap between your cutting machine and the wall. Okay, once it's measured, it's good to go. The play button now blinks. Okay, and we head on over to the screen, and this is what the screen is now ready, right? It's now ready to go. The first one is base material is set. We set that earlier on to everyday iron on. I put pressure as more. and it's step 2 has already taken place. The material has already been loaded successfully. Now the last step, it says press go. So press the flashing go button. And in this case, the flashing go button is on our Cricut Explorer 3. So now I'm going to press that. And the machine is going to start to cut. This is what our screen looks like. And now it's cutting. And on your screen, 9% is done. So that's an indication of how far it's gone and how far it needs to go. Obviously, it needs to get to 100% for you to know it's done. And it'll continue to make progress. All right, so I got my work surface ready. First thing I want to do is I want to go over to my wallet press, and I want to get it heating up. So hit the power button. We got some of the settings starting to line up. And so I want to set my temperature to 315 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I go here is I hit set. And right now I'm at the temperature, so I want to increase or decrease. 315 is where I am. So I'm going to leave it, let's do 313. And then I hit set again. 15 seconds is fine. If I wanted a little less time, I go down. If I wanted more time, I keep it up to 15 seconds. And I go to set, and I'm at Fahrenheit, and I'm good to go. So we scroll and cycle through. So it's going to heat up from 55 degrees to the set temperature of 313 degrees. So while the Cricut is still cutting, I'm going to go ahead and check on the wallet press. And now, as you can see, the program temperature, the set temperature of 313 degrees Fahrenheit has been reached, and it's now ready to go. So what we want to do is prep our t-shirt. And where is my t-shirt? Am I in focus? Anyway, we're heading on to the heat press that is ready for our t-shirt prep. Let's do it. So I got my t-shirt here. Pull my drawer out, and what I have here is a Bella canvas. It's let's see if you can, Bella canvas t-shirt picked up from Michaels. Michaels has some pretty good sales on these t-shirts, and they're actually very good material. I think it's 100% cotton, but I think it's spun cotton, so it's a different feel. Again, I don't know too much about shirts, but this just has a very good feel to it. And this is what we're going to be printing on. It's an double extra large t-shirt. So what we want to do is we want to prep our shirt. And when I say prep, I mean you want to get I got some loose strands here. Alright, cool. So what I mean by prep is you want to get this shirt, you want to get all the moisture out of this shirt, and the best way to do that is to actually put some heat on it to expel the moisture from the shirt, because you want it to be flat and you want it to adhere to the vinyl that you heat press on it. Alright, alright, so I want to go ahead and lay this shirt down this way. Okay, set that in there, and I'm just going to leave it there for only about 5 seconds. Okay, and that's about it. I'm going to reduce the pressure a little bit. It was too heavy. I want medium pressure. And once I've done that, I'm going to take my lint remover. I just want to get off. I want to get some excess lint off this shirt so it's nice and neat. Sometimes we have 2 dogs in the house and we have pet hair everywhere, so I find I have to do this on a regular basis to even my clothes right before I leave the house. So I want to get all that out. Okay. And right now your shirt is now prepped and ready. I think the next step is we want to find the center of this shirt because we want to make sure that that vinyl or that design is dead center. All right. And of course, it's not going to be too high. I'm going to do like a 3-finger width kind of rule of thumb. So the design should be about 3 or 4 finger widths from the top of the neck line. And so the design will start at about this area. But first I'm going to find the center, and what I do is I fold it in half. Okay? Make sure the armpits are lined up. Okay? Okay. Now you want to give it some heat so you can form a crease down that center line. Not too long, just 3 to 5 seconds. And since it's a little bigger design, I'm going to give it a longer crease so I can find the center. Almost all the way down the t-shirt. Just 3 seconds. Alright. And there you have it. Is your center line. That will serve as a guide for your design. At 64%. We're making headway. So far so good. And our machine is still in the process of cutting out the design. Work it, Cricut, work it. Okay. So here we are on the cutting machine. It's at 100%, but usually it tends to finish on the computer screen before the actual cutting. And so we still have a little bit to go. As you can see, it's gotten almost to the end of that vinyl. Okay, and it looks like it's done. So what happens is it ejects the paper, and then you still have to go here and press the flash in unfeed button or down or out button, and then it releases your mat along with your vinyl. Okay, so okay. All right, we got our vinyl that was cut on the Cricut. So the next step is we want to, all right, we're going to go ahead and take this out from the paper. And I suggest peeling the mat away from the sheet. And so it's kind of hard to see, but it's actually cut out already, so we want to go ahead and weed it. So for this, we're going to need some light. Let's get a little more light here. I personally am not a wasteful person, so there's still some excess vinyl that I could use for a little project that I'm going to cut out of here. Some good vinyl that I could use later for, smaller project. What you want to do is you want to get your weeding tool. It looks a little something like this, and then you're going to use that to take off or weed out what you don't need and leave what you need on the transfer paper with this tool. So it's always best to start your weeding process on the edge. Right, so you take this right here, and you just grab a little bit of that edge, and peel back. Okay. Once you peel back, then you'll have a very good cut depending on what kind of vinyl you use. I don't mind using HDV rods. I got this vinyl from Amazon, and you know, I have Prime, so it came same day actually. And then you just weed out the excess, and this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and weed out the rest, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Alright, so I think I've got everything weeded out. Oh, nope. Looks like I missed a spot here. And it's on the S. I'm going to get that little bit out. It's just very tedious work, but in all honesty, it's actually very therapeutic to weed. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if there's anyone else that experiences that, but anyway, you want to take it up, and this is the way we printed it, which is the mirror image. And the reason why we printed it as a mirror image is because we're going to lay the sticky side down on the t-shirt and then heat press that. But let's just check and make sure that everything is weeded correctly. And it says a yawn is a silent scream for coffee. I love that. Very funny. But anyway, everything is all done, and it's ready to head on over to the heat press where we're going to put it on the shirt. All right, so we got our t-shirt nice and pressed and ready to start the transfer process. We also have our transfer sheet ready to go. We weeded everything out. Sticky side is down. But first we want to also find the center of this. That way we can align the center of this with the center of the t-shirt. And the best thing to do is to fold it not on the sticky side down, but the non-sticky side up so it doesn't stick on itself. And you want to make sure you align the letters. And just make a little bit of a crease on the top. Don't ruin the letters. And a little bit of a crease on the bottom. Okay? Which identifies my center. Okay? So now, my rule of thumb, as I said before, about 3 fingers down. So my design is going to start about, say about there. You know, you can always use a guide or a tool, but I'm just starting, so I just kind of eyeball it. And I'm going to go a little lower than that. It's a big shirt, so. Okay. Next, I'm going to get my Teflon sheet. Again, you can purchase Teflon sheet from any, again, Amazon sells everything, so I got this also from Amazon. And so you want to lay it for an even distribution of the heat. Lay it on the surface. Push my drawer in. And I want to give it a good 10 to 15 seconds. Alright, pull out the drawer, take my Teflon sheet out, and this, some designs are actually cold pills, and what that means is you gotta wait for it to cool down, take the t-shirt out, put it on a cold surface, make sure it dissipates heat, and then peel. This is a warm peel, gently just peel, and voila. Nicely designed shirt. And what I like to do is to make sure that this vinyl, lasts a long time, maybe for the length of the t-shirt. I want to make sure it adheres properly. I'm going to give it one more, maybe like a 5-second press, just to make sure pull that out. And it's ready. It says a yawn is a silent scream for coffee. There is your t-shirt. A yawn is a silent scream for coffee. And it's very, very smooth. I love this vinyl. It's not too thick. It's kind of a matted finish. It's really smooth. It's not raised. It looks very professionally done. All right. Excellent. This was a fun little beginner project. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.